on board our next live guest, the top management of the recently listed Star Health and Allied Insurance. Joining us now is the Managing Director, Anand Roy. Mr. Roy, welcome to ET Now. Thanks so much for joining us live today. I'm going to begin my question first. The listing is relatively new. If we were to see the share price even now, it's not at the IPO price of 850 rupees. It's trading below that. However, what we've seen in recent times are a whole slew of upgrades. Motilal Oswal saying the stock can rally 20%. ICICI has a buy on the stock. CLS is talking about a stock, target price of 830 rupees a share. First, if we can begin the interview with a larger message to shareholders, because something must be happening if the brokerages are also now getting upbeat.
Thank you so much and good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. Star Health is a market leader in the very important health insurance business in the country. The penetration of health insurance in India is very, very low, as is known to the markets. So we believe that we are well placed to gain substantial position in this unique business, because it is after the outset of the pandemic, it has become very obvious that health insurance is a requirement for every individual and every family. So in that context, I believe that the analysts and the brokerage houses have given us some positive response. But we are focused on improving our business metrics, and we will continue to do so.
Okay, now, there are, of course, a lot of estimates that are out there that this year is going to be a great year for the retail health insurance industry as well. Maybe you could see a CAGR growth of nearly a strong CAGR growth. But you want to tell us how premiums have moved, particularly in the years of in this financial year?
Yes, and health insurance has become the largest segment in the entire general insurance industry in India, and growing very fast. So it's but obvious that the business will continue to grow fast, because people have now realized that it's not only an expense anymore, and health insurance is an investment which everyone should have. So in that context, we believe that the growth rates of health insurance will remain high. It has been seen even from global markets earlier, when there was an outbreak of some kind of endemic or a disease outbreak like this. Of course, nothing has happened of this nature, but we have seen in the past when the outbreak of SARS or MERS happened in Hong Kong and in Middle East, the business of health insurance had shown some substantial growth for the many years after the outbreak. So we are seeing similar signs in the Indian health insurance business. We expect that the high growth rates will continue in the future also.
Anand, also wanted to understand, given the current dynamics that one is seeing for the last 2 years, especially that we've had COVID play out throughout, wanted to understand how the claims have fared so far. And what trends now do you foresee? Hopefully that COVID is now behind us and it's done with. Officially from today, we can roam around without masks.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a wonderful news. I think slowly we are coming, towards the end of this last 2 years of, whatever turbulent times we had, and it's extremely positive that the way the Indian, society has overcome this particular challenge. Claims, as usual, has been, very, very lofty for the last 2 years, especially in the current financial year. We saw extremely high claims after the Delta outbreak in April, May, June, and it had a very long tail, in the sense it took a lot of time for it to, totally go out. And then when we were just expecting that things were coming back to normal, we suddenly had this Omicron outbreak. But thankfully, the Omicron outbreak was not as disastrous as the Delta outbreak, and the hospitalization levels were relatively lower. So what we are seeing now in Q4 is there is some amount of normalcy coming back to the claim situation as far as health insurance business is concerned. And we believe that going forward from this current financial year, that is 22-23, unless there is some unfortunate turn of events which we expect will not happen anymore because of the amount of vaccination which has been done in the Indian society, as well as the treatment protocols are now well defined. So we believe that things will be much more back to normal in this current financial year, that is 22-23.
Interesting. But Anand, tell me, since you're an industry leader in retail health insurance, what are the growth levers from here? And what is it that you're going to particularly be focusing in on as a business? And thereby then, what's your growth outlook for the next fiscal as we kickstart a brand new one today?
Sure. So I cannot give specific numbers on my company because we are in a silent period now. But largely, if I give you some trends about the growth outlook that we saw interesting trends wherein younger age group individuals and families were now buying health insurance, and it's a wonderful thing that the younger generation is buying health insurance at a time when they are young and healthy, rather than when they're old and not so healthy, because that's a time when it is difficult to get health insurance. So it's better that people buy health insurance when they are young and healthy. And we are seeing those trends happening now. We are also seeing the trends of good demand coming for purchase of health insurance from the semi-urban and the rural markets. So earlier, health insurance was typically focused on urban areas and tier one metro cities. But now we are seeing in the smaller towns and the semi-urban markets also, there's a substantial growth for health insurance. And these are very interesting signs for us. And we are looking at, developing distribution models to capture these opportunities. We have launched a wonderful product recently, which is unique, first of its kind, focused towards women's health in the last 15 days. And we saw tremendous, uptake of that product in the last 3 weeks. So the company is constantly innovating products, innovating distribution models, so that we are able to capture this opportunity of health insurance which is available.
All right, we'll let you go, Anand, on that note. Appreciate your time. Thanks very much for giving us an in-depth view as to how business is shaping up.